Thanks for joining us. I'm Abby Cameron, Executive Director of Three Rivers Community Foundation. Today, I'm excited to share with you the grants 3RCF has awarded in the areas of supporting youth and individuals with developmental disabilities. These programs are made possible through our annual grant program and are funded by individuals who have established perpetual giving funds at 3RCF. We have amazing nonprofits in Benton and Franklin counties, making sure our youth have the opportunities to try new things, challenge themselves, and grow, and that our community of individuals with developmental disabilities have services that support enrichment and experience, as well as support for their families and caregivers. Three Rivers Community Foundation is proud to support these nonprofits who are preparing the next generation for a bright future.
Hello, I'm Kathy Ruggles, Kennewick Branch Manager for Washington Trust Bank, President of the Three Rivers Community Foundation Board. Washington Trust Bank has been proud to support Three Rivers Community Foundation and their mission since 2014. We're thrilled to be the exclusive sponsor of this year's virtual grant ceremony presentation. We applaud this year's grantees and their important work in the community. Coming up, you'll get to hear directly from some of these great organizations. Please join me in celebrating them.
My name is Brian Ace, and I'm the Executive Director with Boys and Girls Clubs of Benton and Franklin counties. The Boys and Girls Club has been in our community for 20 years, and our mission is simple: to enable all young people, especially those who need us most, to realize their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens. This was our mission before COVID, and it's absolutely our mission now. We are excited that we received a grant from Three Rivers Community Foundation to support our study halls at our traditional clubs, both in Pasco and in Kennewick. We know that even in the midst of distance learning, not every kid has an environment that's conducive to learning. There's distractions, there's internet challenges, there's complications, and every kid deserves a safe, positive place to engage in learning. That's what you see behind you. Kids coming in during the day to engage in their asynchronous learning, to get support from caring adults, to continue that learning journey in a positive, supported way. Every kid, especially during distance learning, really deserves a safe, positive place to engage in their work, in their schoolwork, in their learning, in their preparation for their career. But not all homes are equipped to do that. That's where our clubs come into play. This happens because of our community's support. It happens because Three Rivers Community Foundation saw the need for that and was willing to invest in supporting this work. Thank you to the Tri-Cities community.
So how the program will work is we will get kids who are in school and who are interested in drones and how they work in law enforcement and other workplaces. But we get to show them how to fly drones and the concepts behind them. And then they get to use that training that we provide them, and they get to take photographs with the drone, and there's a competition, and whoever wins the competition has the chance at maybe having a drone for themselves. The main benefit that working with kids and police officers and drones is that we're able to communicate with these kids in a non-traditional way. We get to show them that this is a really cool technology that police get to use, and we get to show them those skills, but we also get to have conversations with them that we would normally not have with a police officer. And those are valuable to us because we want them to know that not only are we the police, but we're also human beings. We're fathers, and we're sons, and
Mothers.
And mothers, yes. And we want them to know that we're just regular people who have a unique job, but we want them to be able to relate to us and us relate to them. What I want the youth to take away from this experience is that it doesn't matter what job you choose when you get older. I want them to have goals, and I want them to be able to be excited about whatever career that they're in, and to know that it's very important to go to school and to explore all the different options you have, and to know that technology is very important in all the workforces that you get to, and all the careers that you get to work in. And so I'm excited to show them that, you know, even police can have some really cool tech, and we get to explain it and show it to them and let them experience it themselves and be able to apply it as well. It's very important to have this foundation and have these partnerships in our community because we can't do it alone as police officers and police department, and we need help, and these foundations and the money that they have available to us is very important because then we get to use that and we get to spend it on the community, and we get to share it with them, and we get to explain what we do as police officers in a very unique way. The Pasco Police Foundation and Pasco Police Department are excited to equip Pasco with this unique technology, and we're able to connect with students in the community and show them a unique aspect of policing. So we are so thankful for Three Rivers Community Foundation for the opportunity to use this grant and buy these drones and teach this technology to our students. Without them, we couldn't make this happen.
Office Moms and Dads' mission is to deploy qualified volunteers to child welfare offices throughout Washington and Idaho. And our volunteers sit with kids who have just been removed by CPS or law enforcement. These kids have undergone unspeakable trauma, and our volunteers meet them in that space and just sit and play and wipe tears and feed empty bellies and bring blankies and stuffed animals. And we are a presence of comfort and care during the most traumatic time of their life, the time that they get removed from their homes. So we were approached by the Department of Children, Youth and Families, DCYF, a few years ago. So we have wanted to get a program going in the Tri-Cities for years, and we've just been waiting for the right moment. So what better moment than 2020, the year of COVID-19. It actually helped us slow down and approach it really methodically so that we could get all of our ducks in a row and really launch this program well. So we are planning to launch Office Moms and Dads in Tri-Cities in April of 2021. And thanks to you guys, thanks to the Three Rivers Community Foundation, we are almost fully funded to get this up and running by April. We are very optimistic that that will happen. So the Three Rivers Community Foundation grant is going to support some basic necessities to get this program up and running. We want to make sure that kids going into their foster care placement that very first night have exactly what they need, that they have a full belly. So we're going to help with meals with this money. We're going to make sure that they have a warm coat and a complete clean outfit. When that is new with tags, they can pop those tags and have a little bit of dignity knowing that they got to pick something brand new off the shelves. So we tend to their basic needs just for that first night going into their foster home. And then also training. It's so important to train our volunteers in trauma-informed care practices. So money from the Community Foundation is going to be going towards those training materials. Thank you, Three Rivers Community Foundation, for helping to fund this program coming to the Tri-Cities DCYF office. You have no idea the impact this is going to have on the kids entering foster care there in 2021. And we know that there's going to be a flood of needs in 2021. So thank you for stepping up to help fill those needs. Up next, I want to share this really quick informational video for you so that you can see a little bit more about what Office Moms and Dads does.
Yeah, Forge Youth Mentoring is a program that serves kids between the ages of 8 and 18, and we match them with a caring and quality, safe adult who can just help them learn about life, experience new opportunities, and really develop into strong adults. We receive youth coming from various places, but mainly like the schools and counseling agencies who spot kids that really could use that positive adult in their life. And so we partner with a variety of agencies and help them understand how to refer a kid and make that process very simple for them. And then when kids are sent to us, via an intake form. Then we contact the family and set up an interview to explain a little bit about the program and make sure they feel that they are interested and excited to join in, and then we prepare them and get them ready to enroll in the program. We see in every kid that there is growth in their life. They start to see that there's adults around them that are actually wanting to help them, so they feel like they're not alone, and so that really helps in building identity. Yeah, we are grateful for Three Rivers Community Foundation and how they have come alongside to support us in our endeavors in the most vital ways of recruitment and mentor-match health. Because of their support, it allows us to show that we have partners in our community.
Just to be able to impact the life of a little kid, like sometimes they're hurting because sometimes there's a single mom, and she has to focus mainly on just one thing. How am I going to provide for my kids? She doesn't have the time to think, who is influencing my kids? How is my kid growing? Is he growing, or is she growing in a healthy way? They don't know, and they don't stop to think on those things. So the program, the mentoring program, is what it can bring to all the houses that we're and the families that we're serving.
The YMCA's mission is to put Christian principles into practice through programs to build healthy spirit, mind, and body for all. So in the Tri-Cities, the Y provides school-age childcare, preschools, youth sports programs, and our family programs, plus the Martin Luther King Center that we've operated for about 35 years. Three Rivers Community Foundation stepped in several years ago when we were in a situation with funding loss, and we wanted to keep the King Center open and operational. So the foundation stepped in to help us keep the program open for the kids. In addition to the sports programs that we run over there, the after-school drop-in program is probably one of the most important things we do. The kids in the Kurtzman Park neighborhood are able to walk to the King Center, have a safe place to go after school into the early evenings, and we also have the parents that are able to come in and recreate and play with their kids too. It definitely has had a huge impact on us. The day after the governor announced that all schools were closing, and the YMCA immediately changed our programming model and began providing childcare services for essential employees. That unfortunately also meant that we had to close the Martin Luther King Center and all of our youth sports program. We're still waiting to relaunch the sports programs in the King Center, but we have been providing school-age childcare and preschool ever since that shutdown. At this point, we've moved from remote learning into hybrid learning with the Kennewick School District, and we're waiting to see what the next challenge coming forward is. The saying is that every kid needs a Y, and that's what we're all about. All we do here is youth and family programming for the community to make sure that kids have a strong foundation, a place to go, and an opportunity to have positive interactions with adult role models. The goal here is in our 4 core values of caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility, and how we integrate those into everything that we do. It's an amazing organization to start off with. I gotta say, Three Rivers Community Foundation has been a wonderful partner, and I really do mean partner over the years. But without their funding, we might not be able to keep that center open. So their commitment to providing funding through the ups and the downs has meant that the doors stay open for all the kids that we serve in East Pasco.
We provide programs primarily for a lot of youth, and we have adults that come in and use our fitness center, our gymnasium, play basketball and soccer, and we also have a game room where we provide foosball, pool table, ping pong, Wii games for kids to participate and play in there. We have a computer lab that kids, mostly they do like to play games on the computers, but we provide them with assistance with their homework and tutoring projects in there too. I can't really imagine what it would be like over there if they didn't have the facility in there, because the kids, I've talked to one of the policemen that comes in, kind of a resource policeman that comes in, and he said he is so thankful for the program. He said he's seen some of the kids that are at the Y now that he's seen on the streets before. He said he's seen family situations that are bad, that these kids have been given an opportunity at the YMCA in Pasco to become participants in our programs or just come out and hang out. I have an excellent group of staff that they're very encouraging to the kids. They're welcoming them when they come in there. One of our staff that's been there for about 17 years, when a kid will be leaving the YMCA quite often, I'll hear him say, "Stay in school, study hard, do good."
So Modern Living Services focuses on a lot of adult developmentally disabled needs, in particular independent living, and is really one of the most underserved populations. It kind of goes without recognition. We do an awful lot of work with kids that have developmental disabilities. We get them through the high school programs, we get them through graduation, and then we send them out into the world and say good luck. There really needs to be more of a bridge to try to help some of these families that have to then figure out what comes next. So the Dine In, Dine Out program that we established during this COVID pandemic has been something that's been very successful and very popular. In particular, the developmentally disabled population, they don't really understand why we're not going out, why we can't go to restaurants. My son has been all summer long asking, why can't we go to the water park? Why can't we go to the water park? Where's my friends? I want to play. So this just is an attempt to, get these families an option to go get something to eat, to make a trip out of it, to go, even if it's takeout, go through the takeout line and order and get a hamburger from McDonald's. That's one of my kids' favorite things in the whole world to do. And so just have kind of an evening out and a little bit of fun. And not only that, it helps support local businesses who have obviously been struggling during this pandemic as well. I just want to say thank you very much to Three Rivers Community Foundation for your support. And I know the families are going to be very thankful to have received this. So thank you very much.
Our mission here at the ARC is to provide supports and services to people of all ages with developmental and intellectual disabilities. And pre-COVID, we're serving a little over 2,000 people a year, and that has been significantly impacted, but we're building back. The ARC offers about 20 distinct programs. Of course, right now, not all of them are happening, but our activities include anything from recreation, educational outreach to families, education to families in English and Spanish, and we are just working toward advocating for services and hoping that the budget does not cut services this year, but they're always a threat. So we're just busy and working hard to be able to soon do more programs than we have been able to do for the last few months. About 20 years ago, the ARC started a summer camp program. It's a day program, so there's no overnights, but it's called Partners and Pals. And it involves people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and community members without disabilities. We bring the two populations together. It is busy. We typically serve 100 people a day, up to 160 per summer because not everyone comes every day. COVID severely impacted that. We served about 35 people this year, and it was strictly one-on-one services, a lot different than what we've done in the past. So we're hoping in the future to be back to our normal activity. Everybody loves a summer camp. It's a big activity, and it runs the whole time from summer, June through August. So it's a lot of fun. We just look around and we listen to the families and see what the current needs are and what is not happening that families really depend on. And that's where the ARC comes in, as a safety net and a tremendous resource to the community and our families and attendees. If the ARC wasn't able to apply for grants from organizations such as Three Rivers, we would have our doors closed. We would not be able to service anyone. We already do a lot of reliance on grants in a normal year. 2020 has not been normal. So the ability to obtain the grant funding has been critical. It literally is keeping the doors open. I would just like to take a minute to thank Three Rivers Community Foundation and the board. It is an organization that has a special place in the heart of the ARC because they understand us. They know who we are, how hard we work, and what we do. And the support that we receive from Three Rivers is just phenomenal. And we can't say thank you enough, but I'm going to say it one more time. Thank you.
The Community Center is a program for individuals with disabilities to come and socialize, learn social skills, have that social connection with others, learn things like cooking, do science experiments, participate in our garden program and our art empowerment program. Every year our gardening program gets a little bit bigger, and we're just hoping that we can provide more and more opportunity for individuals to get that hands-on experience. Yeah, so the garden program has been around for a little over 3 years. It started with just some general seeds in pots and a few plants here and there, and the year before last, it grew into some raised beds, some more pots. There's been some donations from like individuals, clients, families. Three Rivers Foundation has really been supportive. The year before last, this greenhouse was purchased and was put up, but we had a really bad winter, and the winter elements destroyed part of the front of the greenhouse, so we had to wait for things to bounce back so we could get back in here, tighten everything up, and really utilize it. And this past year is the first year that we've really been able to utilize the greenhouse, the watering system, and this space here we've reconfigured, and that's what we're really hoping to do with the money received from this grant, is to reconfigure this space to make it zen, inviting, and offer opportunities for more individuals to get that hands-on activity. The produce that we produced this year, we grew specifically for a couple of reasons. We have another program, Opportunity Kitchen, which they gave us a list of things that they wanted to use in their meals. They've been providing emergency meals to the community, families of students here locally. We also use a lot of the produce here in our own kitchen. We do cooking classes, and right now a lot of our classes are virtual. We just started bringing small groups back, groups of 4, but we've been teaching classes online through a private Facebook group, and we've been able to utilize the produce grown in the garden for that purpose. We are very appreciative of the grant we are receiving from Three Rivers Community Foundation. That partnership that we've had over many, many years now is really, really benefiting us, so that we can give back to our clients here that participate. This year has been really tough with COVID, but it's definitely going to allow us to continue to reach out, to stay connected, to offer those services, whether it's virtual and hopefully slowly hands-on, but we are very, very thankful.
I hope you enjoyed hearing about these terrific nonprofits and encourage you to reach out to them to learn more or get involved. If you'd like to make sure 3RCF can support programs like these, now and in the future, consider contacting us to start a donor-advised or designated fund, or make a one-time donation directly to our annual grant program at 3rcf.org. Thank you.